Okay, I think for the most part, everybody's all right bouncing around with the decimal spot. What you got to be careful of is this first question. And it happened on our first lesson when I taught this to you. You got to be careful. Nobody said anything. We just went through the lesson. Nobody said anything. Be careful with what kind of sign you put on the times 10 to the number, because that implies the direction of the movement, right? What you got to remember is the negative numbers, negative exponents imply small numbers, right? And positive exponents represent or model big numbers. So when you attack a question, it's important to remember, if you look at something like 3a, that's a really small number. So your answer better have a negative exponent in it, because it's a small number. And so to mitigate that happening to us, like what happened in the lesson when everybody was just copying arbitrarily and not paying attention, to mitigate that, ask yourself, where do I want to put the decimal? And then count to where it currently is. Does that make sense? And that solves all your problems. So go find where you want to put the decimal. Remember, scientific notation is one number on the left and maybe a few decimal spots after the fact. So this is what I'm saying. Put your decimal there and then count where is the decimal currently. And that should mitigate this idea of putting the wrong exponent on. So for me, I know that my answer in scientific notation should look like this, 3.45, right? Times 10 to the something. I don't know what goes in the box yet. That's what you're going to figure out by counting, right? So you know where your decimal has to be. Now let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Are you going to put positive 13? That's a massive number. That's even bigger than the number of reams of paper that I was going to get yesterday. I got e to the 12 times 10 to the 12. Right? So it can't be that big because I have a really small number on my page. So just make it negative. And you know it's negative because you went to the left to get it to where the decimal currently is. All right? Now, the next question was worth a bag of chips. And nobody got it. What's special about this one? Yes, Declan. It's my birthday. I thought it would be funny if anybody caught it, but nobody caught it, so I ate the chips instead. So anyway, put the decimal where you want it. You know you want to have, this is a little extensive, the number of decimal spots here, but nonetheless, it's just testing your ability to convert things into scientific notation. Times 10 to the something. Where's the decimal currently? Well, there would be one here on the end, 0.0 or something, whatever, right? That's the decimal on the end. And so how do I get from where I want it to where it currently is? I have to move I'm on my eraser. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the right. Okay, no, it's a positive exponent because it's a really big number in the question. So it has to be a positive exponent. Any questions? We all right? Almost done. We'll do the last two questions and I'll let you guys have some work time. All right. So for this, might be worth, okay, I'll leave that up there so you can see. Might be worth, again, just writing, leave yourself some space. If you know well, I guess you don't need to. If you know you're moving to the left, like in part B, you might want to leave yourself a number like some space to the left so that you can move to the left. But in this particular question, you know you're moving to the right, so you can just write 6.23 and then say, okay, how many times do I need to move? I gotta move 7 times to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put your decimal there and fill in the bumps with zeros. Right? And so your answer is going to be 6. What do we get? Is it 62,300,000? Okay, and then the last question, this is what I was getting at when you do this. If you're going to move left, just leave yourself some room to the left of the number, and then just start moving you got to move 9 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, my hand was running out of room there. There's the decimal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so you're going to have 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 308 is your answer. Any questions, comments, or concerns about that? Like I said, I didn't put one of those simplify without a calculator questions. Those are good questions because it applies your exponent laws when you have times 10 to the exponent. If you have a base 10, you can add exponents, subtract exponents, do all sorts of stuff, okay? So those questions are cool because you get to work with like either astronomically big numbers or very, very small numbers, okay? Without the use of a calculator. I think that's kind of cool.